Okay, where to next? Ah, let's just move the camera and go here. Ivu's not coming with us. Ooh, that looks kinda dangerous. Dammit and Merida. We talk with them.
Can we retreat already?
Shouldn't have done that. Dammit doesn't sound good. What? We're getting hassled by mortals now? This place has got into the gods. Slit his throat, we don't need a witness. I wonder what exactly they're up to. Do I need to fear you? Well, at least he has quite some HP and AC.
You won't survive me.
Cover me, alright?
It will work. Probably. Hopefully.
I will resist.
See that?
I would say that's going brilliantly. Okay. Bye. Not really sure how I pushed him down there, but we take it. Anatotic Titan's Minor Rune. Maybe something for the storyteller. If we ever meet him again. Let's take this portal. Just see where we go. Interesting that that portal is connected to the one down here. Can we just use that one?
I sense something.
What are we sensing? Ah, this trap. Anything down here? Ah. Oh, interesting. It's a whole other part of the city, I think. Oh, then let's just go here.
Beautiful.
Gosh, it must be so exhausting living here. And everything's always moving. I beg you, kind sir, give me a moment of your time. Ledberg. Thin Aasimar, good breeding, apparent in every line of his aristocratic face, addresses you. Greetings and welcome to this dismal place. My name is Ledberg and I ask for your help. I beg you, show mercy, not toward me, but toward these young and innocent maidens. They are my wards, and they were unfortunate enough to be abducted by demons. Sarenrae herself bestowed a revelation upon me, which prompted me to settle here and aid my brethren doomed to a dark and cruel fate. But my strength is all but gone, I swear it. I need assistance now more than ever. I'm not sure. Kinda skeptical of someone who would live in a demon city to help people. But maybe I'm too suspicious. Aasimar women drift out of the house, standing like silent shadows behind Ledberg. The faces of many of the women are covered in scars, and their gazes are cold, as if numbed by suffering and despair. Sosiel nods with encouragement and sympathy. Just keep holding on, my friend. This is a mad place inhabited by mad creatures. But that makes your work all the more important. The disadvantaged and needy here have no one else to turn to. Maybe I'm too suspicious. Alright, so, how may I be of assistance? Freeing enslaved Aasimars has become my trade, you see. These women are former captors whom I saved from the monster's clutches, and I protect them to the best of my ability. But I've heard a new shipment of slaves is about to arrive in the flesh markets, and there's nothing I can do to break their shackles. Please, do it in my stead. Please buy their freedom and send the women here. I can see that you're a traveler of means. A single act of kindness should not inconvenience you excessively, but we'll be forever indebted to your compassionate soul. Such a kind and generous soul is a true rarity in the Abyss. We ought to help him, champion, not just to save the poor slave women, but also strengthen his faith in the righteousness of the path he has chosen. I kinda would like to talk to the other Aasimar women. I don't know. I mean, so far everything was bad and evil here, so... How did these Aasimar women end up in the Abyss? The Abyss hungers for new slaves, so it sends countless raiding parties to other planes to stave off its cravings. These poor young women were captured on Golarion. never seen anything viler than those ruthless thrall hunters prowling in search of defenseless victims, sniffing out the weak to enslave, clamping collars around their necks. Where can I find these captives? As far as I know, the thrall hunters were hired by a slave trader named Jung. Kinda sounds like a sound if you drop something heavy. Heavy. Jung, a hideous demon utterly lacking in morals. I'm sure you'll find him at the flesh markets gleefully counting the coins from selling his chattel. I mean, going to the slave market and freeing some slaves sounds like a cool idea, so let's do that. Why don't you buy their freedom yourself? The man sighs and throws up his hands. Alas, I simply cannot afford such an expense. My meager income is spent on buying the freedom of these poor souls. When demons see an Aasimar customer, they raise the price and conspire to keep me from purchasing anyone. In their eyes, the glee of thwarting me is worth the lost profits. Why did they bring these Aasimar women to the Abyss? It pains me to say this, but I can think of only two options, and both are equally terrible. Perhaps they will be sold to the 10,000 Delights, a filthy whorehouse where corrupt souls indulge in the most immoral and vulgar of pleasures. Nice, that is just the place we went to before. The other option is even worse. I've heard Aasimar, the mistress of Alushinyrra, is a former celestial from the upper plane who once served the Everlight. This partly explains Aasimara's irrational hatred of Aasimars. They say she buys my kinsfolk and takes them into her harem of ardent dreams, where she tortures them without mercy. Then she dines on their flesh. A monster. I mean, what do you expect of a lady of this... or of a mistress of this place, but I see. I'm placing my trust in you. The lives of these unfortunate young women are in your hands. Interesting. I mean, once again, we are not an Aeon, whatever. But if we were, we could say, by rescuing your kin, you break the laws of the Abyss. And yet, I cannot see the luminescence of your soul. What are you hiding? Interesting, so there seems to be something more to it. Let's see if there are any more questions we should ask. I have a few more questions. I do not doubt this. You could hardly have expected to meet a member of my race in the Abyss. And besides, the very nature of my calling, which is dictated by both altruism and compassion, must seem strange and unnatural in this place. I'm used to questions and will gladly provide whatever answers I can. How exactly do you survive in this place? I think that's a very good question. The Aasimar gives a stoic sigh. It isn't easy. My ancestry alone enrages demons and makes them want to try to do me harm. There have been numerous attempts on my life, and they have often tried to destroy the house where I shelter my wards. An particular strict ban on harming visitors from other planes may protect me from the claws and blades of my malevolent neighbors, but it is powerless to keep them from spitting at my feet, scrawling profanities on the walls of my house, or endlessly plotting against me. So, what exactly are you doing here? I had a revelation sent by the merciful Sarenrae. I realized I must descend to this grim place and bear witness to its countless terrors, so that I might aid those in distress. When I first visited the flesh markets, I saw young women, my kin, locked up in cages. They had been abducted from a different plane and put up for sale like goods or livestock. So I immediately purchased their freedom and brought them here. I've been freeing Aasimar women who end up in Alushinyrra ever since. I wish I could do more. This place is teeming with tormented souls. But, alas, there's a limit to my abilities, not to mention my financial means. I wonder if he saves them, like, why are they still here? Why don't they flee? Oh, good question I could have thought of. Why do you help only women? Ah, great. Because they are weaker. Their refinement, innocence and beauty make them an attractive target for derision and torment. At least a man can go down fighting when his patience runs out. Most of the young women I met were denied the final escape from the horror due to physical or spiritual weakness. Great. What a charming dude. I wish my Lady Iomade could hear these words. There's a small chuckle in the angel's voice. This mortal must be kind-hearted, yet blind if he perceives spiritual weakness in those who often accomplish feats, both great and small, without a sword in hand, with no except passion and dedication. What exactly happened to your wards? They survived truly monstrous abuses. The demon showed no mercy, subjecting these unsullied flowers to abuse and torture. Disgusted by their beauty and purity, these brutes trampled their innocence into the dirt. I tend to their physical wounds, but their hearts still bleed. They have withdrawn into themselves. They do not speak, not even to me. I hope one day I'll be able to return them to some semblance of a normal life and send them home. May Seren Ray's healing light shine upon you, kind sir. I am skeptical. So let's visit his house.
Let's see what we can do.
Let's see if we can find something. Let's be a kind guest and just loot everything we can. Could just talk again. Where are the others? I think there's no door. There's a door, but I just can't open it. Ah, damn it. Would have loved to just talk to the other Aasimars. Okay. Now the question is, like, where is the flesh market? What does it say?
I'm all done here.
The symbols inscribed on this wall belong to the language of the Titans, the first creations of the gods, and themselves the creators of the sinister Demodans. Ooh, I can put something there, but nothing I have. Okay, let's try to remember that. I'm really missing the option to put markers on the map. Oh well. Did you hear that? Ah, great. The commoners are taking the slave. Rumor has it that you convinced Minago to betray Baphomet, and now she's plotting against her former allies. You're a cunning one, aren't you? Nice. Shut up, both of you. What are they doing? Ah, I think there's increasing trouble between the Deskarites, I don't know, and the followers of Baphomet. But we can't talk with them, we can just listen. To the harem of ardent dreams. Also interesting, like how close the Aasimar's home is to that. Doesn't seem very smart. Let's pay a visit. Or maybe first talk to the guard. Ha! First time here. Fearsome looking succubus steps... Oh. Anyway. A fearsome looking succubus steps forward, blocking your path. Are you sure you're welcome here? This is the harem of ardent dreams. The palace of Aasimar, chief demoness of the city. After Nocticula, of course. But when did Nocticula ever care about our petty concerns? Bottom line, this palace belongs to the person who really runs everything around here. Got it? I wish to enter. Do you at least realize what you're getting yourself into, stranger? The most powerful demons of Alushinyrra come here. If you don't leap out of their way fast enough, when they pass, they will grind your bones into a powder without bothering to pull them out of your body first. You really don't want to go in there. Do I have to kill her? And Logan tries to be a bit more bigger and intimidating and fiercer looking. How does a feeble guard like you expect to stop someone who has vanquished hordes of demons on Golarion? What's that mean to scare me? Sure, I've heard there's a massacre happening in Golarion, but how am I to know you have anything to do with that? Until I see blood on your hands, you remain nothing but a pompous stranger. Kind of sounds like I have to check them. Let's have a look how strong they are. I don't know if it's smart to fight the guards. Maybe let's maybe come back later. I still want more of those stones. Ah, hey, now I can travel to the 10,000 Delights. At least that. A slave. It's so many portals. Ah. So many slaves, so many portals. Let's go through this one. It's easy to disable this one.
Pretty good.
Unexpected that I had to like go all the way back or something. Come on.
This is my kind of work.
Nice. Huh?
All right.
The islands floating in the air are not the byproduct of some crazy magic. It is energies of chaos that endow them with their bizarre properties, and they are not even the most amazing thing that can be found in the abyss. Oh gosh, do you see that? Everything is moving, even on the map. Ah, interesting. As you leave the slave market. I left the slave market? As you leave the slave market, Sosiel turns and stands motionless, staring at the crowd with a look of anguish on his face. His lips tremble and tears stream down his cheeks. Sosiel, what's the matter with you? The cleric turns away from you, choking back tears. Finally, gathering his strength, he whispers, I must confess. Help me, please. Of course, I listen to you. What happened? I think maybe we are going to the slave market and the game kind of thinks you take another way in. This place provokes blasphemous, sacrilegious thoughts and I don't know how to cope with them. I serve the goddess of beauty, but look at what lies behind us. Look at those people and those demons, and then show me a single spark of beauty amidst that evil and endless suffering. How can I enjoy beauty in a world where such an ugly place exists? The first time this blasphemous thought occurred to me was when we were marching toward Dresden and found these ghouls eating our soldiers alive at the Lost Chapel. I thought it as I spoke to them, as I listened to their confessions, healed them, helped them forget the horrors they had endured. The more time I spent convincing the soldiers there was more to this world than evil and violence, the less I believe it myself. May Shaylin forgive me these sacrilegious thoughts, but I do not know how I may continue to believe in beauty. I no longer understand what beauty is. If I were to see the most exquisite painting in the world, I think I would still see only the horrors of the abyss in it. Oh. Yeah, I think keeping optimistic and staying optimistic and seeing the bright and the positive and the beauty in the world is really hard when being part of the crusade. Oh gosh, so many answers. Oh gosh, is Alushinyrra truly so ugly? I think it's quite a scenic place. There's beauty in you, in your soul, in your paintings, and you brought it with you to the abyss. Perhaps, but ever since we came here, my brush hasn't wanted to touch the canvas. Even worse, this place seemed to leach every last drop of kindness and beauty from my soul. Everything that makes life worth living. Even the memories of the best moments of my life are fading. I feel like I'm wandering in the middle of a desert. There's still some water in my flask, but how long will it last? Yeah, what's the right thing to say? I would like to say something personal about something positive. But we don't really have that answer. We can say like quit whining, we can be very non-committal and say people have always wondered about that, perhaps there's no answer. We can say the thing about maybe there's something nice here in Alushinyrra. We can be very philosophical ourselves and say like maybe it's part of the grand design of the universe. Or we can say, let's say that. I'm sure you're not the first servant of Shaylin to have such thoughts. What will your teachers in the church say to you? They say there's beauty in everything. You just need to find it. I consoled myself with the thought in the Worldwound. I surveyed the ruined landscapes for traces of beauty annihilated by the abyssal armies. I tried to awaken the wounded to the beauty in their souls, a beauty that had survived torment. But in the abyss, these words ring hollow. What beauty can you find in this? The cleric gestures at the street you're standing on. I mean, these crystals are kinda cool. Yeah, then let's take the first one. Perhaps you can find solace in the beauty of creation itself. The abyss is the design of evil, but what if it has also a place in the harmony of the universe? Sosiel gives you a wry grin. It's like being back in a theology lecture. The arguments sound very convincing then. In that sunlit, cozy classroom decorated with flowers, it was so easy to discuss the supreme beauty of creation found even at the bottom of the abyss. I'm quoting my teacher here. Yet here I am, in the abyss. And the beauty of the universe is nowhere to be seen. Nowhere. The cleric shouts the last few words with uncharacteristic anger. I'm trying to stay positive, but he just shuts down everything which is positive. Philosophers and theologians have been arguing over this for centuries. Perhaps the question just has no answer. There are answers, volumes and volumes of books full of answers. I've read them. And those answers are useless when you find yourself face to face with a blasphemous ugliness that negates the very possibility of beauty. Gosh. Since I don't want to say quit whining, is Alushinyrra truly so ugly? I think it's quite a scenic place. Kinda hurts to say that. This is not beauty, but an evil parody of it. These architectural excesses are like silver filigree on implements of torture. They don't make this place more beautiful, but only emphasize its horror and abomination. Sosiel looks you in the eye, then hides his face in his hands. Oh, what am I saying? I'm a cleric. I must be stronger than these sinful thoughts. I must be infallible. I must help others overcome their doubts instead of being torn by doubts myself, let alone poisoning others with my blasphemy. Forgive me for sharing this vile sacrilege with you. I shouldn't have. I had no right. Stop it. Do you truly think I would refuse to help you? Sosiel smiles timidly. Thank you. I don't know how you put up with me. I hope my nonsensical babbling didn't give you a headache, but I'm truly grateful you heard me out. I already feel much better. He glances around Alushinyrra once again. A vile place. But that's why we're here, to fight it. Let's go. We're stronger together. We will preserve. Persevere. Anyway.
Beautiful.
Same difference. The island's floating in the air. I already read that. Just move along. I can just tell you, if you already have like a very, very bad orientation to begin with, it doesn't help if everything is moving around based on the camera angle. Especially if you can't put like any markers here.